I want to welcome everyone to Union City, New Jersey, which has Mayor and State Senator Brian Stack, allegedly the most corrupt mayor and senator in the United States of America.
Hey, hold on, man. Hold on.
Hey, you gotta leave our town.
Hey,
No, there's no hold on,
I don't have to
man.
leave. I don't have to leave the town.
I want you to.
Why are you?
No, it's not allowed.
Why did she? I want to press charges. I want to press charges. She just touched me. She just touched me. I want to press charges. She just touched me. I want to press charges. She touched me. I want to press charges. Do not let her get away with the crime. She pushed me. I'm pressing charges. We're doing a report. Get her freaking information. She put her hands on me.
Got handcuffs.
I put her in cuffs. It's a report. Guys, stop.
I can go inside.
Can you go inside?
I can go inside. It is a government building.
37 allegations of corruption. Well, I will tell you, since you have become mute again, apparently, your mother would not be proud. And this award was earned, excuse me, I have a First Amendment right, and I am not, you're disrupting me. You are hurting my First Amendment right now. Excuse me, I'm talking, this is my 5 minutes. No, I don't have to respect anybody. This is my 5 minutes.
You gotta get your time back.
No.
Reclaim your time.
I do not. This is not harassment. No, there is no statute or law that says have to go behind the podium. There is no statute or law. I am in a public.
Commissioners.
I don't have to respect them.
You can't disrespect them.
I could disrespect them if I want as well. It's called
can't
First
disrespect
Amendment.
them.
Now I need to give him his award now.
This is a limited forum.
No.
On the OPMA, you need to step back.
No, I
step
do.
back.
No, I do
Step
not
back
need
or your
to.
time will be eliminated.
No, I do not need to step back. First
back,
Amendment. I can be anywhere. There is no statute or law. You name the statute or
you
law
need
that
him to
says
step
I
back?
have to be. I don't care what they say.
You're disrupting the meeting.
They are disrupting my time. I want my time back too.
Behind them, you're gonna
No.
get arrested if you don't step back.
I do not have to. You give me the statute that says I have to step back.
You're disrupting the meeting.
I am talking. I
not
cannot
gonna
be
discuss this
disrupting the
anymore.
meeting
Let's move
when
on.
I'm speaking.
You're disrupting the meeting.
No.
You're saying that way, you know.
I do not have to step back. There is no statute or law. I am in a am I in a public area or not right now?
You are in a public area.
Am I
But
in
you're disrupting the meeting.
I am speaking. I cannot be disrupting the meeting while I am speaking.
yelling at me right now.
You're disrupting my time right now. You're disrupting the meeting. Actually, you're not talking with me. You're being very good. But you are disrupting my time right now. So you need to stand down and let me and protect my First Amendment rights. That's what you need to do.
I'll protect it if you get behind the podium.
No,
Speak
I
from
don't
there.
need to be behind the podium. There is
Obviously, when you stand over here, you disrupt the meeting. So you need to get back there. Come on.
I am in a public area here. Nothing to
All
do
right,
with
let's
this.
go. I'm not going to play with you anymore. Are you going to go behind there?
No one, everyone,
go behind there?
everyone has
Are
protected
you
my
going to
rights.
go behind the podium?
I don't have to go behind the podium.
You're disrupting the meeting. I'm telling you right now.
This
you're
is
disrupting
my
the meeting.
5
Arrest him.
minutes.
Your
Arrest him.
time is already
Arrest him.
expired,
Turn
sir,
around.
so you're gonna have to go. Your time is
Hey,
expired.
don't strong arm me. I'm not going to resist. I'm not going to resist. Here, take that. I am being arrested for exercising my First Amendment right here in Union City, New Jersey. Mayor Stack has commanded they arrest me.
Mayor Brian Stack of Union City, New Jersey is also a senator and head of the Judiciary Committee. He's also the same man that has ordered the attack of Leroy Truth, a journalist that's uncovered and exposed his corruption. The people he's ordered to attack Leroy, members of his own cabinet.
Keep my hands on. I want the police. I want him arrested right now. I want him arrested right now. He just put hands on. He went to punch me, and he took my. Give me my phone back. Give me my phone back now. He stole my phone. Give me that phone back.
Now keep an eye on your screen. After he steals Leroy's phone, he smashes it on the ground, and take a good look. He stomps all over it. And the man to the left of the screen, the mayor, watching as his crony fulfills his orders to violently assault Leroy and destroy his property. But it doesn't stop there, as we found out in person. Now keep a look at the screen. Leroy's about to give public comment when a crazy Karen appears out of nowhere to both assault him and obstruct his camera's view. This is another attack at the order of Brian Stack. And here comes Susie. She cuts right in front of Leroy. He peacefully tries to move to the right and then to the left, but she's not having it. Eventually, she gives him a stiff elbow, as you can see in the camera footage here. It takes the police to remove her. But this crazy Karen wasn't a one-trick pony. In fact, when the largest and smallest channels in activism showed up to take Leroy's back, the same assaulter showed up again.
No, Mayor is very good. It's a great
Very
mayor.
piece of shit, yeah. Huge piece of
It's a piece of shit.
Yeah, he is. The mayor is a big piece of shit, you're right.
You know know him.
He's huge.
What you think?
He's a huge, I know, a huge piece of He's a very huge piece of the mayor.
Yeah, you don't know. You don't know nothing.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
a good
right.
it's
I
a
agree.
great
He's
mayor.
terrible. Thank you for the interview.
don't know
There you go, folks. The Mayor Brian Stacks is a piece of she said. Yeah.
He assaulted me. This is Susie. She assaulted me twice.
She the one that broke
A
the
total
When you
stack hack.
respect my mayor.
Now you might be wondering why she's got Brian Stack's back so hard. And we were wondering the same thing. And we heard story after story after story of how Brian Stack was giving away money to get people to intimidate, outnumber, and drive Leroy Truth away. And I don't know if I necessarily believed it until this.
The police were lying.
Sorry?
The police were lying. They were telling people at the town hall was giving out money to people. I'm going to go right back and tell them. I'm going right back to their trailer. I'm going to tell them.
And we heard the same story from many people. People that were across the street, people that were at the press conference, and people who were driving by in their cars screaming out the window and blaring on their horns. They all got a little bit of dough to show up and stand up against Leroy Truth. But apparently and unfortunately for the young lady in the last clip, the money must have ran out. Seems like the mayor's paying off an awful lot of people to keep Leroy out. My question is just exactly what are these people willing to do for that money? And how far are they willing to go?
I want. Get your hands off me. I want some flyers. Get your hands off me. 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 Hey, get your hands off me.
Excuse me.
Hey, get your hands off me.
Excuse me.
Get your hands off me.
No, he's looking
I want a
for
flyer.
a man. You're gonna give it to you.
Get your hands off me.
Okay, no one is. Give it to me.
Get your hands off me. Hey, get off. Get off me. This is the commissioner. Look at this. They're all hands on. They're all hands on. Look at this. Oh!
Then against a gaggle of people, a crowd of 20 plus, Leroy finally gets taken to the ground. Till this day, no charges have been pressed against any of attackers. The only person that has been charged has been Leroy for harassment. Which leads me to another point. This mayor can't be as bad as everyone says. A mayor is the elected representation of the people and the citizens, from within the jurisdiction that mayor has been elected. He or she is a representative of all that is good and right in that municipality. They're an embodiment of the core values and principles that the everyday citizens live and breathe by. They estimate the pinnacle of leadership. When you open your door in the morning and you start your day, they are the summary and embodiment of everything that should be right. These are all the traits, characteristics, and behaviors that we expect from a mayor. But if you're wondering now, like I originally wondered, is Mayor Stack that bad? Or is he a representation of every characteristic that I just mentioned? You tell me.
Then Chief Ficini comes back, where the mayor proceeds to scream at him in front of all the people, and he says, if you won't handle him, I'll handle him.
Union City, New Jersey, that is your chief executive officer. That is your mayor, your representation of the people. He seems more like a tyrannical overlord and violent dictator than he does a benevolent mayor representing the best interests of the people who put him in that office. Now, Leroy had clearly been assaulted of 20 people. One was the mayor's own commissioner. And then Leroy demanded some accountability. And if you're wondering why a lot of the cops there aren't doing the right thing, well, maybe it's because they don't want to get handled. Because if they don't handle Leroy Truth, Mayor Stack will handle Leroy Truth. And for me, this brings a few thoughts to mind.
I've been following this story from the beginning, okay? And the most egregious of the situations that Leroy's been in recently is when a member of this community walked into the halls of power and had a different point of view. He was told not to disrespect. He did disrespect in their eyes, and he was arrested. This country was birthed on the spirit of resistance, but those in power would seek to change the course of history. Normally when we ask a question, we start with the question, and then we get to the answer. So today I'm going to start with the answer first. Illegal arrest, assault and battery, sexual harassment cover-ups, a mayor that's making accusations and writing checks with his mouth that his ass can't cash. Police officers telling us in City Hall that they will allow us to record, they will allow us to have our First Amendment right. That's the answer. The question is, how much is it going to take? That's compounded by a second question. How much more shit are you willing to take? Because we've got to this precipice right now because we've allowed too much to happen. We've decided that we weren't going to put our foot down, and we've decided that we were going to let government have the final say. It's very easy to get up here and speak to the instances and the circumstances that we've all heard and seen. It's a much different story when you're willing to stand in the face of that tyranny and take an arrest. You're brought into a jail cell. Now, I've been constantly hearing about 17 police officers that wouldn't arrest Leroy. Now, I applaud them for simply doing their job. But here's the problem that I have. When a cop won't break the law, we praise them as a good cop. They're just doing their job. They're not supposed to violate your rights. My question isn't, why didn't they arrest him those 7 times? Where were they when he was illegally arrested? I believe that you have the right to walk up to any government official that represents you. There is no taxation without representation. You have the right to represent yourself and your will to the government that you've duly elected. And when you walk up to that government and you disrespect their perceived authority, and the end result is a free American is placed in handcuffs, his freedom of movement is arrested, we get back to the same question. What does it take? It takes this. It takes the largest and smallest channels across YouTube to get together, mainstream media to come out, people on both sides of the coin either screaming for him or screaming against him. This is what it takes. It's when the pressure cooker's on and the shit's about to hit the fan that all of a sudden there's an 8-minute video that the police need to watch. The police are here to respect our rights. I'd rather keep fighting them than take any gifts from them. We're at a point right now where everyone here has a decision to make. Whether you're for this man or you're against this man. It doesn't really matter if you agree with him or you disagree with him. If you disagree with him and you're one of the people shouting at him here today, he's not having you arrested for disrespecting him. He's not having you taken away from your family. He's not covering up any sexual assaults that have been made against you. The will of the people has clearly and definitely been subverted in Union City. And now that the inmates have taken over the asylum, now look around us. Police officer, police officer, police officer, police officer. Last time we saw this many police officers in Union City, they were cuffing him up and dragging him out for disrespecting their Lord and Savior, Brian Stack of Shit. So stand with him. Stand behind him or get out of his way. Because once and for all, accountability it's coming. Be a part of the change. We've changed a lot in 300 years, right? 300 years ago, whatever it takes. They take our guns, we take them back. They take our freedom, we take it back. We're willing to die for our rights. We have nothing to lose. And now people are standing from the windows. There's a Brian Stack picture in that window right there. And now instead of acting like we have nothing to lose, we have everything to lose. So don't let him stand alone. Even if you disagree with him, he's willing to take that ride for you. You should be willing to take that ride for him.
And we were willing to take that ride for him. A ride all the way across the country from some of the smallest and largest channels in activism today. Truth that the concept of community is still alive. Truth that one man's fight can be the fight of a nation and of a people. Ultimately truth that the spirit of resistance is still very much alive and well.
Before the press conference, we did an audit, and the link to that audit will be in the description of this video.
But after the press conference, we had planned to attend a police officer's night out. A night regaled with hot dogs and cotton candy, where we could win prizes and sing songs. A night that was designed to gaslight the public so we would forget all of Mayor Stack's transgressions. A rain or shine event. And even though there was only shine and no rain, that event was canceled. And it was canceled because of us. What do you guys think about them canceling Night Out? Brian Stacks just canceled it. What do you think?
We'll have our own night out. Well, I just spoke to somebody from North Bergen. Supposedly it's supposed to be rain or shine. It's supposed to go on. So the fact that he canceled it, it has to do with us. It doesn't have to do with the rain. Because it's rain or shine in North
So
Bergen.
10,000 people plan to come here. They spent money to come here. They want to see what's going on.
Probably a
and they
quarter.
canceled it simply because people showed up.
There's probably about $250,000 worth of security measures that have been put into this
So-
too.
Let's jump into the press conference that rocked the nation and Union City. And I'd give a shout out to the activists in here, but you're going to know them all by voice, name, and face. But seriously, a major shout out to Leroy Truth Investigations. For almost a year, this man has been tackling this story. He's been attacked, harassed, and arrested. And in the face of overwhelming tyranny, he has never backed down. He is the living embodiment of I'd rather die on my feet than live on my knees. And also a shout out to a grateful, humble, and willing community who traveled from all corners of this great nation to show their support for one man. But it's not about one man. It's about all of us. It's about we the people. Because if you stand for this, you'll bend for that. Leroy wasn't willing to bend, and he's never been willing to break. And if it could happen to him, it could happen to any one of us. This is all of our fight. Enjoy the video, and that's the reason I stopped you today.
There he is. There's the real James. Impact Media. Hey, everybody. It's James Freeman.
You know you look like ZZ. You are ZZ Top. Right.
This video sucks. Don't hit the thumbs up. And definitely unsubscribe. And subscribe to Auditing and Accounting.
Hey everybody, it's Josh Abrams. You're not gonna believe what I just came across today. It's a corrupt mayor.
That's it? Okay, thanks.
We got your back.
All right, guys, what's your names? You don't have to say your names. You can make one up.
I'm Dave.
Dave? What is it? Right, all right. Can you go ahead and give me an intro for today's video? Say whatever you want. Hundreds of thousands of people are going to see it, so make sure it's good.
Welcome to Union City.
All right.
Yeah.
Go ahead, intro for today's video.
Welcome to Union City. I am Leroy Truth Investigations, and Mayor Brian Stack is not. We're here collectively to expose the most corrupt mayor in the world. I love Josh. He came here. He drove hours and hours. He loved every moment of his drive, I heard. And I appreciate Josh coming and all the subscribers, and also subscribe to Leroy Truth as well. Thank you.
Thanks for saying the nice stuff about me. I'll send you that Cash App. Thank you.
Excellent. You're welcome. I'll take it. $57, please.
I got you.
$57.
Hey guys, it's AFA. I'm here today. I brought my camera crew with me. They're doing a documentary on my life, and it's a hard story. Guys, I'm trying to. We talked about this. We're doing my life story of what it was like to grow up fat, and we're gonna get through it together. So thanks to the guys. The boom mic again's in the shot. Jeez, they're doing it pro bono. I really can't. I basically work for them.
This guy, you know why?
All right, intro, go.
He speaks too much truth and it makes me uncomfortable. No, what did you name me today?
Just an intro, but that was fine. That'll work.
Oh, okay.
Okay, here's the deal. Thanks, guys. What's going on, everybody? We're in Union City, New Jersey, and there's a whole gaggle of people here because the mayor here basically eats turds for breakfast, is what I'm being told. We got some people here. Everybody's here.
It was a hell of a shit show, really.
Look at Full Court Press. Say hello, Full Court Press.
What's up? How are you?
We got Long Island. He's over there.
All right, I want to welcome everyone to Union City, New Jersey, which has Mayor and State Senator Brian Stack, allegedly the most corrupt mayor and senator in the United States of America. And there are some people talking, which I don't care. God bless them. First Amendment, God bless them. I want them to say their piece. Now, first I want to thank all of the people who, after seeing my egregiously unlawful arrest 2 weeks ago, while I was speaking during my 5 minutes of allotted time at a city commissioners meeting in Union City, New Jersey, I was arrested for saying words during my 5 minutes that Mayor and State Senator Brian Stack did not like. It was caught on camera. I want to thank Sean, Long Island Audit, for doing an extraordinary job on the video. Got over 60,000 views. James Freeman as well, over 250,000 views. And the support of each of you. Because we have people from YouTube channels, both large and small, who have come from all over the United States. I know people have driven 30 hours, 25 hours, through storms. God bless you. Send your love.
Methamphetamine's a hell of a drug.
Leroy, he's paid to interrupt your
Just push through.
Just pretend he's not even here.
Yeah. So anyway, I was told that Mayor Stack would be having people like him who are paid to disrupt this, and agitators to even attack us later. So I'm going to read a few words, and then I'm going to ask a number, anyone here who wants to speak as well, whether it's about Union City, Brian Stack, freedom of the press. To start off, ladies and gentlemen, members of the social media press, the real media, except for the courageous Hudson County View, who has shown up today, and Jersey Journal. And John Haynes, I acknowledge and celebrate you guys for showing up. Also, the Hudson County Democratic Organization, Nick Scutari, president of the New Jersey Senate, all the assemblymen and senators of New Jersey, fellow government activists and concerned citizens and Americans. Today marks a historic moment in the annals of YouTube activism. Never before have we witnessed such a convergence of First Amendment activists and anti-corruption warriors from across this great nation. Channels both big and small are represented behind me and surrounding me. They are passionately and powerfully sharing their unique voices with their viewers throughout the world.
Hey, Brian. How you doing?
And it is all because of one single man. A politician whose history of corrupt actions have galvanized us like never before. And his name is Mayor, State Senator of New Jersey, and head of the Judiciary Committee of New Jersey, Brian P. Stack, who is conveniently hiding behind these unhallowed walls, who is conveniently cut us off from our original place where we were going to do a press conference on the steps of City Hall. It is not his City Hall, it is We the People City Hall, and he conveniently decides to paint it the day we are going to do a press conference on the steps of our building. We are here, standing united in Union City, New Jersey, driven by a common purpose to demand justice, to seek accountability, and to expose the depths of corruption that have plagued this community for far too long. This unprecedented gathering is a testament to our collective resolve, our shared commitment to truth, and our unwavering determination to see justice served on Mayor and New Jersey State Senator Brian P. Stack. Since December 21st, 2023, on the inspiration of YouTube channel Good Guy Activism, who asked me personally to join him here for a random First Amendment audit. Since then, I have been tirelessly investigating Mayor Brian Stack at the behest, not of myself, but of Union City's residents, city workers, police officers, EMS workers, public works employees, Board of Education members, teachers, building department staff, city clerks, landlords, and business owners. Over 2,300 allegations of corruption have been entrusted to me, revealing a deep-rooted system of abuse and retaliation. And for anyone who knows New Jersey politics, that ain't news to you. How did we come to be here today? Because a city worker in this building called 911 on a man with a camera, asking people questions. I was simply taking a tour. Next, enter Detective George Haber of the Union City Police Department. He came up to the mayor's lobby where I was, and he asked, what's going on? I told him what was going on. I'm simply a man recording my public building. He said, surprisingly, and you all know, surprisingly, oh, you have a right to do this. Go ahead. He then informed all the other city workers there who were freaking out because I had a camera, you have to spread the word. He has a First Amendment right to do this. I can't keep coming up here. And you would think that would be the end of it. I was done with Union City. Like, wow, we actually saw a good police officer protecting my rights. That almost never happens. However, a few days later, people in Union City started contacting me, saying that Detective George Haber was retaliated against by Mayor Brian Stack and Chief Piccini for doing the right thing and protecting my rights. He was removed from the records room, banished back to patrol, and given a garbage shift. After that, the floodgates opened. I got dozens, then hundreds, then thousands of allegations against Mayor and Senator Brian Stack. Pay to play, extortion, bribery, sexual assault allegations against him by a pastor. Sexual assault allegations of numerous women in this city who work for the city. Retaliation and cover-up, including sexual assault allegations of Lieutenant De Rojas. You want to investigate something? Mainstream media, investigate Lieutenant Rojas. The list went on and on. But what did Mayor Brian Stack do in response to all of this? Did he invite me into his office and say, hey, let's talk, I'll give you an interview? No. Instead, what he did is he allegedly had me attacked, assaulted, harassed, robbed over 17 times, all caught on camera. I have 8 criminal charges filed against me unlawfully, including by Wendy Groyon, City Commissioner, who many people have said she is an EDP, an emotionally disturbed person. They all lied, claiming I did things that the video proves I didn't, but they did. Then I have a very important announcement as well that is relative to Hudson County. Mayor Brian Stack has been claiming vociferously that next door Mayor Nicholas Sacco and of North Bergen, New Jersey, and also Mayor Steve Fulop of Jersey City, New Jersey, have been behind me financially. He has claimed in many news articles and interviews that they are paying for me to be here and investigate him. They say that they are, Brian says that they are directing my actions, which he claims are harassment. It's actually called journalism. And I am here to unequivocally say about Mayor Nick Sacco, Mayor Steve Fulop, who also is running for governor in 2025, that I am absolutely not connected with either of them in any way, shape, or form. They are not funding me. I have never spoken with them, though I hope I can speak with both of them after this conference, clearing this up. They have not given me a penny. They have not asked me to do anything. I could only say that Mayor Nick Sacco, who I of course know of, has done an extraordinary job as mayor in supporting the First Amendment and the First Amendment training in North Bergen, New Jersey. And under the leadership of the chief and the commissioner and Captain George Raposa as well. So I want to finally put to bed any of those delusions that Mayor Stack has been lying, blatantly lying about. And I also want to read a quote from Mayor Steve Fulop in my concluding remarks. Oh, I also want to say something else about the building department and Alex Velasquez and business owners and landlords. There is a pay-to-play culture here that hundreds of people have brought to me. If you are a building owner, you are a landlord, if you are a police officer behind us, Mayor Stack has his minions, led by Justin Mercado, the Secretary of the Board of Education, who, by the way, assaulted and robbed me in front of security cameras, and then waved his phone in Mayor Stack's face, saying, I got Leroy's phone with all the secret contacts and sources. He tried to punch me. He tried to destroy my phone. All caught on camera. Hudson County prosecutor wouldn't prosecute. They said, there's no crime here. I'm not stopping this. And I will never stop until Mayor Stack is completely exposed, he is indicted, he is out of office, and you think Senator Bob Menendez was dirty? Remember, Senator Bob Menendez was Mayor Stack's mentor. Senator Bob Menendez used to be mayor right here in these unhallowed halls. So take Senator Bob Menendez's corruption, multiply it by 1,000, and you can get an idea of Mayor Stack. And any mainstream media, if you have any integrity, don't believe what I'm saying. Do your own investigation. Just saying something. Thank you. Full Court Press reminded me of this. Believe the videos. People lie. Videos don't lie. And I also want to acknowledge and celebrate, and this is going to be strange to a lot of the channels here, the police officers here in Union City. This is not a normal experience that I have experienced. I can go anywhere else in the country, and I would not have been supported in my First Amendment activities like I have been here. 18 times, police here were ordered to arrest me. 17 times, they said no. I'm going to say that again because it's that important. 18 times, police have been told to arrest me for speaking during public meetings, for recording on a public street. And 17 times the police refused to arrest me. Finally, Captain Omar Hernandez, he unlawfully arrested me while I was speaking 2 weeks ago in Union City at a city commissioners meeting, because I said words, as I said earlier, that Mayor Stack didn't like. The captain first said, he commanded me, you cannot disrespect the commissioners. Of course I can, I told him. First Amendment. He said, well, you need to stand behind the podium. When two men who spoke right before me were not in front of the podium. When I was in that podium for 1 minute and 32 seconds before he somehow had issue with it. He said if I didn't stand behind the podium, I would be arrested. And he asked me, do I want to be arrested? I said no. Well, if you don't stand behind the podium, you will be arrested. I refused an unlawful order. I'm a free man. I was egregiously unlawfully arrested. Watch the video, see for yourself. So with that, I conclude. I again so appreciate everyone who's here. From Long Island Audit, Vinny, Accountability for All, Joe Burns, James Freeman, Audit in Erie County. Here's the deal. Scalzo Photo. Oh, and I want to do a very special thanks to Scalzo Photo and Full Court NB. Please join their channels. They always have my back. And Scalzo Photo created these incredible meme posters, some from my Facebook page, some from police officers' Facebook pages, and so forth. Scalzo, I love you. You're amazing. Thank you. Full Court Press NB, I love you too. Your support is absolutely amazing. Have I forgotten anybody? Oh, Angry Vet, man of integrity. Yesterday, he called out someone doing not good things in an audit, and that's a big deal. So, Angry Vet, thank you for being an honorable man. So, in conclusion, I thank you all for being here, and I'd like some others to speak as well, starting with Sean, Long Island Audit.
Love you, Leroy.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Leroy.
We love you, Leroy!
Leroy! Leroy! Leroy!
Thank you. All right, I'd like to introduce Sean of Long Island Audit, my good friend.
Leroy has been a really good. Hello, everyone. Thank you. I'm glad to be here today. I'm glad to be here today to support Leroy and to support his activism here in Union City. You know, Mayor Brian Stack, I've never, you know, I went all the way to Illinois. I'm sure most of you are familiar with the mayor from Illinois, from Dalton, Mayor Tiffany Henyard, the self-proclaimed super mayor. Even I spoke at one of the public meetings in the village of Dalton, and I eviscerated her, and not even her or her corrupt police department would arrest someone for freedom of speech. And that's exactly what Mayor Stack here did. Mayor Stack here did here today, did to Leroy, and it's horrible what he's done to him. The corruption, the allegations of sexual assault against city employees from a man who has clear ties to Mayor Brian Stack. It's absolutely ridiculous. I really appreciate the good work that Leroy's doing here. He has explained it in full. I can't go into any more detail than he already did. I would definitely subscribe to his channel to follow for updates. I'm very happy that I could use my platform to highlight his unlawful arrest. As he said, it's got over 550,000 views. I'm sure that's gotten a lot of phone calls here to Mayor Brian Stack. And hopefully Mayor Brian Stack comes out of his office and stops acting like a coward and faces we the people and answers some questions here today. You know, because he has a lot to answer for. You know, even the mainstream media is saying that he's mentally ill. You know, that he has, you know, that there's politicians that's saying that he has mental illness. He thinks that I know Leroy. Leroy's a friend of mine. Leroy's not being sent on any political mission. He's not a political operative. He's not. He's doing this because he cares. He cares about what's going on here in Union City. He cares about the people, and he cares to expose the corruption. So I just want to say, Leroy, keep on with your good work. Thank you for all you do, and I'll always be here to support you, my friend.
Appreciate you, Sean. Thank
No
you.
problem.
AFA accountability for all.
I've been following this story from the beginning, okay? And the most egregious of the situations that Leroy's been in recently is when a member of this community walked into the halls of power and had a different point of view. He was told not to disrespect. He did disrespect in their eyes, and he was arrested. This country was birthed on the spirit of resistance, but those in power would seek to change the course of history. Normally when we ask a question, we start with the question, and then we get to the answer. So today I'm going to start with the answer first. Illegal arrest, assault and battery, sexual harassment cover-ups, a mayor that's making accusations and writing checks with his mouth that his ass can't cash. Police officers telling us in City Hall that they will allow us to record, they will allow us to have our First Amendment right. That's the answer. The question is, how much is it going to take? That's compounded by a second question. How much more shit are you willing to take? Because we've got to this precipice right now because we've allowed too much to happen. We've decided that we weren't going to put our foot down, and we've decided that we were going to let government have the final say. It's very easy to get up here and speak to the instances and the circumstances that we've all heard and seen. It's a much different story when you're willing to stand in the face of that tyranny and take an arrest. You're brought into a jail cell. Now, I've been constantly hearing about 17 police officers that wouldn't arrest Leroy. Now, I applaud them for simply doing their job. But here's the problem that I have. When a cop won't break the law, we praise them as a good cop. They're just doing their job. They're not supposed to violate your rights. My question isn't, why didn't they arrest him those 7 times? Where were they when he was illegally arrested? I believe that you have the right to walk up to any government official that represents you. There is no taxation without representation. You have the right to represent yourself and your will to the government that you've duly elected. And when you walk up to that government and you disrespect their perceived authority, and the end result is a free American is placed in handcuffs, his freedom of movement is arrested, we get back to the same question. What does it take? It takes this. It takes the largest and smallest channels across YouTube to get together, mainstream media to come out, people on both sides of the coin either screaming for him or screaming against him. This is what it takes. It's when the pressure cooker's on and the shit's about to hit the fan that all of a sudden there's an 8-minute video that the police need to watch. The police are here to respect our rights. I'd rather keep fighting them than take any gifts from them. We're at a point right now where everyone here has a decision to make. whether you're for this man or you're against this man. Doesn't really matter if you agree with him or you disagree with him. If you disagree with him and you're one of the people shouting at him here today, he's not having you arrested for disrespecting him. He's not having you taken away from your family. He's not covering up any sexual assaults that have been made against you. The will of the people has clearly and definitely been subverted in Union City. And now that the inmates have taken over the asylum, now look around us. Police officer, police officer, police officer, police officer. Last time we saw this many police officers in Union City, they were cuffing him up and dragging him out for disrespecting their Lord and Savior, Brian Stack of Shit. So stand with him. Stand behind him or get out of his way. Because once and for all, accountability it's coming. Be a part of the change. We've changed a lot in 300 years, right? 300 years ago, whatever it takes. They take our guns, we take them back. They take our freedom, we take it back. We're willing to die for our rights. We have nothing to lose. And now people are standing from the windows. There's a Brian Stack picture in that window right there. And now instead of acting like we have nothing to lose, we have everything to lose. So don't let him stand alone. Even if you disagree with him, he's willing to take that ride for you. You should be willing to take that ride for him.
Thank you, John.
I just want to bring up why I decided to print all these memes and photos out. Basically, before this arrest, Leroy was charged with 2 obviously false charges of... Before the recent... Come on, Ty. Before the recent arrest, there were 2 obviously false charges of harassment. And how do you know they're false? If you ask Brian Stack, how is Leroy Truth harassing you? He refuses to explain it. He doesn't give specifics. He doesn't give, here's how you can avoid harassing me. So, and one of them was harassment against the pretend police chief, Anthony Ficini, of harassment. So basically what I did is I basically created his cry report, where it's basically all of his instances of emotional damage, his hurt, his injured feelings. And I don't know if anyone wants to zoom in on these photos, feel free. I'm just going to go through them real quick. This one says, don't upset the baby mayor. Baby chief will lie and charge you with harassment. And there's Brian Stack crying, and there's big boy Chief Cheney. And some of you might think I'm being a little bit mean here, but keep in mind, everything we do, everything Leroy and I do, is in reaction to their bad behavior. So I'm just taking their lead. And here's a meme here, this is harassment. Anyone wants to arrest me here? I'm harassing the mayor. It says, Leroy Truth is here with questions. And here's Mayor Brian Stack hiding under the desk. It says, stop harassing me. And this one is Officer Omar Hernandez. It says, and this is the stooge lawyer. It says, Captain is very obedient. And this here says, Captain is such a good boy. And it sounds like I'm using like a derogatory terms against the captain, but it's how you interpret it. I love dogs. I think they're beautiful animals personally, but it might be considered derogatory. And part of the charges against Leroy is that he posted derogatory memes. So I guess I created a derogatory meme. So if anyone wants to charge me with a crime, I guess I'm next. What else we got? Did
you go into the history of political satire?
Political satire.
So,
yeah, you want to talk about it?
Yeah, just the history. This is political satire right here, just so everybody knows. You know, now we call them memes, and you know we have artificial intelligence, and Scalzo's really good with Photoshop and everything. But you know, even for Theodore Roosevelt back in the day, there would be sketch artists who, you know, made fun of him and made political satire. And if this hurts your feelings, Mayor Stack, then you need thicker skin. Like there's, you know, you are a public servant. You are open to criticism, you know, and that's what Leroy's doing. I've never seen a mayor file a criminal complaint against a citizen for harassment. I don't think I've ever seen that in my auditing career, in my activism. So, you know, he definitely needs to. And the police chief, right? The police chief also filed. You know, imagine a police chief and the mayor filing cyber harassment charges against an activist and journalist. It's, oath breaking, right? But yeah, I love these signs, Scalzo. It's great. Hopefully, we have officers all around us. I don't see anybody coming to arrest you, so I think it should be all right.
So in closing, before we leave, feel free to take some photographs and spread them around the internet, and you might get charged with harassment as well, so be careful. But spread them far and wide. Be ready for the charges.
Thank you, Scalzo. And he worked so long on this. Incredible.
Sure.
All right, this is the Angry Vet, YouTube. Subscribe to his channel, the Angry Vet.
I'm not gonna bore you. I know a lot of you are probably looking forward to the Angry Vet, but I'm gonna give you a little perspective from a 40,000 foot view. I didn't know anything about this case, this corruption, until recently. And until recently, I was the Angry Vet. And I was on fire, and I couldn't stand what was happening here. So I came up and I helped Leroy a couple times. Saw firsthand, because a lot of people don't want to put boots to ground and see firsthand what's going on. But I saw firsthand what was going on, and I had to do something. Recently, I've changed my views. I'm not so angry anymore at all the cops. Because pretty much the majority of the cops here, a very large majority of the cops in Union City are not bad people. They're doing their job, we hear it all the time, but that's not the case. These cops are good, and they don't want to do bad things. And I know Mayor Brian Stack, you're going to watch one of these videos, and this message is for you. You are the biggest player in this story. Without you, it wouldn't be this big if you had just stood up and done the right thing the first time. I hope you understand this. We collectively, all these auditors, all these people around us today, we did not come to Union City to provoke the citizens. We did not come to Union City to cause problems. We did not come to Union City to give the cops headaches. That's not why we're here. And if you can't see that now, then you're just fucking blind. And that's all I gotta say about that.
Thank you, Angry Vet.
That's right.
And Brian.
I appreciate it.
I'm exhausted, so give me a break in the comment section. I'm News Now Ninja from Houston, Texas, and I've been watching and following this story for months now, and I feel like every time they get exposed for another problem, they double down with causing more problems. And I hope that by seeing what they have caused and how fast it can grow, that they'll change their ways and start doing what the people are asking. Bring some peace to the city, and stop allowing the mayor and all some of these other government officials, stop letting them drag y'all into this, because they're the ones bringing this problem. We're not trying to be the problem. And yeah, that's it.
Amen. Amen, brother. Now we have this gentleman came up from
Pennsylvania.
And this is Tri-State Audit.
I'm not much on public speaking. This is more directed towards the people of the town. Why would you want Brian Stack? He's not fit to be mayor.
No, the guy was just
we all need to get rid of him. That's about all I've got to say. If you have a good reason why you want to keep him as mayor, reach out to us. Let us know why. But as far as we're all here, he's not good.
Thank you, Tri-State. And anyone else who hasn't spoken that would like to say something? Vinny.
Leroy, I've been a fan of all of you guys before I did what I did. If it wasn't for any of you, I wouldn't have done what I've done. And I'm not going to explain it now, but I'm here to support you because you did the right thing by speaking your mind at a public meeting, and you had your rights trampled on. You had a right to address your grievances with Brian Mayor Stack. You had a right to redress your grievances with corrupt, tyrannical Brian Mayor Stack, and you had your civil rights ripped from you from redressing your grievances with your government. You, sir, are a hero Anybody that does that is a hero. And I think this man needs to be impeached, honestly. I think he needs to be impeached. I think Leroy should take his job, honestly. But he should definitely run, I'll tell you that. But I'm here to support, I'm Vinny the Guido, by the way. I'm here to support my friend in his valiant effort to get rid of a corrupted mayor. Thank you.
And that's the reason we stopped you today.